A lot of people were butthurt because I called the Mercury Marauder Ford's parts being car, but that was literally a fact. That wasn't me bashing it. You know what? Let's just get to the video. Everybody knows the Mercury Marauder is the quote-unquote muscle sedan, which you have to acknowledge this was pretty ballsy by Ford. Let's go through why I called it a parts being car. The engine came from a Mach 1 Mustang, not a Terminator, but a Mach 1 Mustang. The interior of the Mercury Marauder also came from the Crown Victoria Sport, and this right here is a Crown Victoria Sport interior. The tail lights come from a Crown Victoria P71. The rear ventilated disc brakes come from a Lincoln Town Car, and the 4R70W came from a Mustang GT. That's what I meant by parts being vehicle. Now, is it good? Yeah, to a certain extent, until the timing chains break off that bitch. In my honest opinion, instead of the Mach 1 4-valve, Ford should have went with this one. The Terminator 4-valve 4.6. Why? Because these things have been known to handle 700 to 850 wheel horsepower without even opening the block. Nothing more than a tune and a Whipple supercharger upgrade. And then the crazy part is you can build a Mercury Marauder by yourself. You can. Just find a Grand Marquis or a Lincoln Town Car or a Crown Victoria. Then go on eBay and find a Cobra engine and a manual transmission, because you're not going to get the full effect of that 4-valve with an automatic. You're really not. And the crazy part is it does have an aftermarket. It does. ADTR.net sells everything you need for your Panther. And, well, that includes a manual swap kit. So if you were to get this Cobra with the T45 to go with it, they sell a 5-speed swap kit. Like, it's just that straightforward. Good morning, beautiful people of the world. This is the Black Car Guru back with another video, here to tell you to wipe the crust out your eyes. And we're going to be talking about the 5.42 valve Triton. Now, in 1997, we'd see the debut of the 5.4 liter Triton. And what SVT did was decide, you know what, instead of going back with a 351 Windsor, how about we go with this brand new big ass modular engine? The 5.42 valve has the same bore as a 4.62 valve, but that's pretty much where they're the same. Everything else is different. The 5.4 uses a 4.165 crank. Now, this is a side note. The Expedition of the first generation replaced the Ford Bronco, but what they were going to do with this first generation of the Expedition was turn it into the SVT Thunder. So the pickup was going to be the Lightning, and the SUVs were going to be the Thunder. And all it was basically a SUV version of the Ford Lightning. It's going to have the same Eden supercharged 5.4 liter 2-valve, hauling more ass than an elderly nursing home patient with a thong on. But you want to know how to mod a 5.4 liter Triton motor into a, 5.4 liter Lightning motor. I'm going to show you. First things first, you need to secure some manly rods, and you can still find these things for pretty cheap. Next, you're going to need some manly pistons. Next, you're going to need a top-end kit. Now, Trick Flow's top-end kits can get pretty pricey, like, I don't know, anywhere from $3,500 to $4,500, but it's all worth it because, well, the 5.4 Lightnings like to spit out spark plugs. And these heads have enough threading to secure the spark plug, so, yeah. And besides, spitters are quitters. Now, another thing, the Harley-Davidson F-150s of the earlier years also had the Lightning engine, so it doesn't matter what supercharger assembly you get, whether it's from the Lightning or the Harley-Davidson, is both the same thing. And you can find these things on eBay, the entire assembly. And if you really want to have some people butthurt, you can throw away their Eden supercharger and swap that out for a Whipple 3.4 liter supercharger, or you can go smaller with like a Whipple 2.3 or 2.1, but either way, Whipple. And even if you're not a blower guy, you can throw a 62 to 68 millimeter turbo on this beast. Add long tubes and tune it on E85. You got a 5 to 700 horsepower F1. Any further than this, then you're going to have to go to MMR because they specialize in anything modular. Now, do I think it's worth it? Now, don't let my opinion discourage you from going through with a build like this. I'm just simply saying for the same amount of money you'd spend building a 5.4, you can get a Gen 2 Coyote and a 6R80 transmission and a power by the hour harness and have this thing running in no time. And you add a supercharger on a Gen 2, you make 750 easily.